Hi, this is Scott Alexander from Coldwell Banker Patterson Properties in San Angelo, Texas, and I'm talking to people today who maybe had a listing that expired, and I know you're feeling pretty bad right now. You're negative, you're disappointed, and you know I get that. You wanted to sell your house. There was a reason it was on the market. It didn't work, and you're wondering why. Well, let's talk about that a little bit. And by the way, I would be glad to consult with you about this. That's really what I do. I think I'm in the information dissemination business. We help people make decisions, and I think the best decisions you can make are informed ones. The first thing I think you need to know is someone whose listing is expired and you want to put it. Maybe you're thinking about putting it back on the market. Know the market. Understand what it's doing, where it's headed, and the things that impact the sale of your house. It's not as easy as going, well, let's look at 5 houses in the neighborhood that sold in the last 5 months, and they sold at an average of $72 a square foot, and so my house is 2,000 square feet, and I multiply by 72, and I come up with $144,000, and that's my price. I think it's a little more complicated than that. Let's talk about it. One is know the market conditions, the big market conditions. What's the general economy doing? What's the local economy doing? How many sellers are out there? How many buyers are out there? So you have to know those market conditions. Then you have to know your property. You need to know it as others know it. You need to put a critical eye on your own house. Think about what its deficiencies are, what its pluses are, and see how that relates to sales. If it didn't sell, why? It might have been your property condition. It might have been the listing period. I'm often asked by people, hey, let's take a short listing. If you don't sell it in 3 months, I'm out of there. Well, that might not be a long enough time to let the real estate system work. You need time. Second thing is, again, think about yourself. How cooperative were you? Were there times where you said, no, we just can't show it here for the next week? No, it's not good today. And there went someone who was interested in looking at your house and they didn't come back. That's really important, that you be cooperative. And yes, it's a pain. Yes, it's uncomfortable. Yes, you may be inconvenienced. But the point is, if you want to sell your house, you need to be ready to be inconvenienced. You need to be ready to be cooperative with your agent. It's a team effort, really. The third thing, of course, is price. It's more than likely, if it didn't sell, it was overpriced relative to its condition and the current market. Sometimes people will say, well, gee whiz, I bought my house and I paid $300,000 for it, and you're telling me it's worth $310,000 and I've owned it 4 years? And the answer could very well be yes, because of the current market conditions. Housing markets are not unlike stock markets. All of us understand that stock values fluctuate. They go up, they go down. There's generally a rising tide in the stock market, and there's generally, in most real estate markets, certainly in ours in San Angelo, Texas, it's a rising tide. But there may be times, and we're in one right now, where prices are relatively stable. And the last thing, it might be poor marketing. There are a number of ways to market homes for sale, and if you were one of those people who had a sign in the yard and a ad in the paper occasionally, you're not going to do very well. So I would suggest to you that you need to examine all those things, and then if you're wanting to sell it, try something else. Thanks very much.